14,800 pounds, a big bad beauty of a Jayco Seismic rolling in here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. If you're not familiar with Seismic, this is the big brother to the Talon. Basically, Talon is a very beautifully full-featured fifth wheel toy hauler, and Seismic says, all right, we're gonna pick the ball up and run even further with it with things like a bigger refrigerator. We have a 12/6 garage that's capable of handling basically anything you want. You got all those hot, cold camping packages, and the industry's best 2+3 year warranty, giving you more protection and peace of mind than anybody else in this segment. Now, we will talk all about the cool toy haulery, here's what you can load into it kind of features in a second, but first I want to showcase one of the kind of unsung features of a fifth wheel toy hauler. Is its ability to sleep all kinds of people. And the thing is, it's good, like, when I say the phrase alternative bunkhouse, that kind of conjures the image of like, oh, you can pack some kids in here. These are basically like queen size beds, and that's a really neat feature in that you're good for more than just kids. You are adult guest friendly, which is really cool, like if you're doing buddy camping, or frankly, if you just have really big kids, or let's say your kids are like in their late teens. Very soon they're going to be leaving the nest, and they're going to be flying on their own, at least if mom and dad have their way about it, I'm sure. You know what I mean. And the fact is, you know, this is a way for you to get one RV that'll last you for 2 purchase cycles. You get your second RV the first time. But of course you can get all that stuff, those 2 sofa bed things out of the way, and open up the garage area. So the big question begs then, what can I put in this thing? And as we mentioned earlier, this has a 12/6 garage. That means this is capable of handling pretty much anything, including almost all 4-seater side-by-sides. You see those D-rings, which are each 5,000 pound pull tested. The garage itself, as is common in this segment, like I say, oh, it has 5,000 pound D-rings. Keep in mind, the garage floor is actually rated for 3,000 pounds, just like the ramp. Because if the ramp's rated for 3,000 pounds and you try to run 5,000 pounds up it, it doesn't do you a whole heck of a lot of good, does it? And of course, to really maintain full control over your loading space, you see that you can use these adjustable ride sofa benches right here to give yourself either maximum loading width or height. Or I suppose if you wanted to, you can kind of do a little mixy-matchy job like I've done right here. You also have the ability to turn this thing into like a rolling 3 seasons room as well, which is pretty darn cool. You'll find that the removable tabletops, like I have displayed right here, they're a sealed edge thermal foil material. So if they get wet, no big deal. Who cares? Like, and back here, this is a really good area. If you're gonna have a bunch of friends, maybe you've got that one buddy, we'll call him Aaron. He likes to just tie one on and he gets himself a little sloppy, you know what I mean? Or if you've got kids and it's like, you know, slime time. You don't let the kids play with the slime at the main dining table, obviously. Any parent knows exactly what I mean there. You could theoretically kind of gently hose everything down here if you had to. You know, it's all industrial rubberized flooring. You've got that sealed edge table. No big deal. Now you can see how also on the right hand bench I've got that almost like back seat of a pickup truck kind of cinema style armrest sofa folded down. Both sides do that. I just wanted to bring one down kind of for demonstrational purposes. And of course, up top there, you have TV hookup. So should you choose to entertain family and friends, you've got another space. You have like, what is it, 3 or 4 different entertainment zones in this RV. Now what's kind of cool is even if that table's in place, you can still slip around it, although it's just as easy to pull it out of the way. You can walk your way right through here. Now you'll find that there's plenty of windows all over this RV. That's something they're very good about. But also our main entry doors have full viewing windows in them as well. You'll see the same thing in the main living cabin. And notice how there's a little bit of a privacy shade inside that window, so you're not losing out on anything there. Big pass-through door to get you into that living cabin, but you notice how the window is kind of smoky and a little bit mirrored so that you're not losing privacy. And again, all the windows they possibly could. They just, this thing's just chock full. Now back here you can see we are washer dryer ready. And above that, I want to point out a couple things. The left-hand side over here, you see a black switch. That is for a max air vent fan that is directly above our heads right now. So in the garage, you actually have a, just like the kitchen, a power vent fan with a wall controller to keep some air moving back here. Very handy if you're just using this like a 3 seasons room. Above that, you can see it looks like there's a sticker for a backup camera, and that's exactly what it is wired for. But what's neat about this is if you want to, you can install a camera in the garage of this RV. So if you're going down the road, you hit a wicked bump, you could grab that little Bluetooth monitor, that wireless monitor that those cameras have, and get to see, oh crap, is everything in place the way it should be? Or, theoretically, you could use it as a little bit of a nanny cam if somebody is sleeping back here in the garage, which is kind of a Creepy, but interesting concept. In the middle, this is a helmet hanger. However, I have it on very good authority that future Seismics will likely not include that feature. Apparently, it's something that they were testing. Ours that we're looking at today was built during that testing phase, and evidently, for reasons I don't know and were not disclosed to me, they decided not to include it moving forward. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, one last thing before we look at the half bath, you see this handy little switch right here. You will spot these all over the RV, and they all do different things. Now, here we're in the garage, so it lights up the garage ceiling, it lights up the ramp lights, you can light up all your exterior and security lights. When you're in the living room, or the kitchen, or the bedroom, those switches will do different things. They're context-based relative to what you're doing logically in that zone of the RV. Now over here in the half bath, you might notice something interesting. The woodwork. When you are in the bathrooms of these, you get that Jayco farmhouse kind of decor, and I think this is a really big, important room to have that lighter decor because it's a small room in the RV, and it has such a bigger effect. It makes the room look and feel not so enclosed, not so oppressive. You may also notice that just like that dining table that we popped out of the way, you have more of those sealed edge countertop materials going on so that you can, you know, if you splash some water around here, no sweat. It's not going to soak anything up. Plus, this half bath is exposed to more humidity since it's kind of, sort of, outside in a Three Seasons room. And if you camp in a really humid area, like Georgia comes to mind, and I know there's plenty of other areas, you don't want that to swell up over time. This is a pretty common layout. Every manufacturer of fifth wheel toy haulers has something like it, usually one or two versions of it. And the one common consistent factor between them, none of them are exceptionally traveling friendly in the living room. This is definitely made to be a destination use rig. However, when you get there and you set up shop, like I said, if you're going to spend some extended time at a place, it is worth it. And right away you see one of the main differences between a Talon and a Seismic. That big, giant 18 cubic foot gas electric travel-in fridge freezer. You want to go off-grid and use this thing anywhere you want. This is an RV capable of doing that. Between the optional solar package, we've got the generator on the front of it here. I mean, you can go anywhere, anytime. And the new Farmhouse Decor here has found its way into the Seismic series. I joked previously in one of my other videos about how it's like Oprah the Farmhouse Fairy came through and said, okay, you get a farmhouse and you get a farmhouse. It's like everything Jayco has farmhouse this year, and I'm very happy for it. It is light, it is bright, it is modern, and I think it really lends itself well to a toy hauler like this, where you have given up a little bit of living area for the benefit of that garage, and it makes everything look and feel larger. But what's nice is, like, you've got the two-tone thing going on, so our entertainment area right here, it still looks very traditional. But our kitchen, when we get there, it really opens up and breathes very, very nicely. Real quick note, if we take a look here, you can see that there is a loft above that sort of half bath area right there. And it does wrap around all the way behind that like entertainment wall, effectively. So just like to give people a quick look at that as we're passing through. Now the TV can pivot out for easy viewing, like from the kitchen area, I suppose. But in its default position, it is very much stationed like directly on the corner of Boardwalk and Park Place, straight across from this multi-seat kind of party recliner couch. It has the electric space heating fireplace, of course, to take the chill out of the air without burning up your propane. I've already mentioned this big giant TV that you're just sitting right on top. That's a ultra high def TV, by the way, like 4K. And you do have high def wiring run to this. That's one of those deficiencies I saw in the RV industry for a lot of years, is that manufacturers were offering high def electronics without running high def wiring, which obviously they're not doing here. Now up top you see that Max Air style vent fan, just like we saw in the garage. So there's a wall control switch for this, just like there is in the garage, to really help you know, you maximize the control of your airflow, whether you're exhausting cooking heat or if you're just trying to bring in some fresh air through these massive panoramic campsite viewing windows over here. You have the perfect way of doing that. If you take a look over here, you also see how this has day and night roller shades as well. Plus, down in that little sofa area below, there is a removable table. So if you want to convert it into a bit of a dinofa, you can. But frankly, this thing is picture perfect for just kicking back and relaxing. Now I mentioned how we have these little switch panels that are independent to different zones of the RV. This one right here, completely different from the garage. If I'm sitting here and it's early morning, late night, something like that, if I want to, like, I can turn off the slide ceiling lights above me, so if I want to just kind of bring all the lights down, I can enjoy the TV. You are directly at your own home theater entertainment system on this thing. This is cool, and I'm just imagining that fireplace kicking on to keep my toes warm. Honestly, I don't know if I want to get up. You can also, these are wall huggers. You can recline back and take a little bit of a midday snooze. Now you can see that we've got a multiple adult-sized seating area here. But if you're like my wife and you want a little bit of a gap between you and your husband, you have this giant sort of theater console right here. Nice place to be able to set your drinks, although here in our armrest we have cup holders with heat and massage as well. But what's neat is there's also outlets back here, so that if I want to be able to run appliances, USB plugs, or just keep my phone charged up, I've got the perfect little place to do it. Key thing to point out here too is how we are carpetless even within the slide out. And once again, we've got those big panoramic campsite viewing windows with the day and night shade, so you always have as much, I suppose, as little light as you would like. Now, as I mentioned previously, when we are over here in the kitchen, this is where the shift to the farmhouse decor really makes its presence known. It just looks beautiful. I know it's not for everybody. It is for me, though. I really like the look of this. You've got a freshwater drinking system here that is also, you're finding it all over from like Eagle to North Point, Pinnacle, Seismic, and Talon. That's what the little mini faucet is here for. You will see a little like jug outside. Basically, this RV has a completely separate, like, easy swap fresh gallon or 5-gallon freshwater tank. Basically, a Culligan jug that you can just refill anywhere you want, so that you don't have to like lug along a ton of water bottles in your RV. And this is one of the RVs I really like to open up all the storage on, because you see there's actually a shocking amount of it here. This is all pocket screwed cabinetry. You got these hidden hinges and hardwood cabinet doors kind of framing everything up. And if I get over the island here, you can see, I mean, just every little nook and cranny. Got this big wide open kind of coffee bar, buffet, serving station with a full counter to cabinet backsplash that you'll see repeated behind the stove as well. Up top here, one of the things that's easy to miss is on the right-hand side of that cabinet, that smoky glass window we're looking at. That is our hidden command center. So all those important bells and whistles and switches, they're tucked away from the little fingers that might be camping with you. Over here, you're actually, if you look up, we're directly below one of the whisper ducted air intakes right here. That's one of the nice things on this. You don't see the square, so you won't hear the air. It will give you a nice, quiet, cooling experience. Convection microwave oven. I'm kicking things apparently as we go. We already talked about that huge 18 cubic foot fridge freezer. Down below, a larger 22-inch oven as well that'll actually let you do some baking. So if you got to get them cookies and morning biscuits, you have an oven that can actually do some of that. And down below here, they just didn't waste an opportunity. Even below the fridge, they added a drawer. Every little nook and cranny. Not to mention the fact that we have a dedicated pantry space here, and I knew I would do that. I knew I would forget something. There's more storage above the entertainment as well. But we're going whole hog on this thing today. I want to cover as much as I possibly can. Although the trick is, with a Seismic, there is so much to cover, I still can't get to it all. I'm trying to point out the things that are very exceptional and uncommon, like that freshwater drinking system. The stuff that's the same that, you know, pretty much any manufacturer of a big fifth wheel RV like this has. Those things I want to mention, but I want to gloss over. And if at any point you have extra questions, just let our team here at Haylett RV know. If we need to get out a tape measure something out, guys, we will do what we need to take care of you. Shifting gears a bit, heading upstairs into the bedroom and bathroom deck, you see that recessed stainless sink and more of that stone cast stuff. Also, you have a beautifully backlit morning mirror right there, and that floating style mirror, it's got a very kind of home, kind of upscale feel to it. Very handy in the mornings if you like to get up and not disturb your partner, or if it's late at night you need to use the bathroom and you don't want to get yourself blinded. I kind of panned over it a little too quick. Let me back up. You see how you've got dual entry doors, and the storage in the bathroom is actually built into an extension of the bedroom storage slide out. So that gets that big pantry off the floor plan and out of the way, which opens the bathroom right up. You see that porcelain stool right there with plenty of legroom. And their decision to use a clear shower door here, I think, is genius, personally, because it makes the whole room look and feel larger. Plus, like most luxury fifth wheels, it is a seamless one-piece molded fixture. You've got that corner seating area and height-adjustable hardware. So if you're like me and my wife, where I am, well, she won't let me say a foot taller, but 11.5 inches taller, well, this one will work for both of us. It is a sliding privacy door here that'll, from the hallway into the bathroom. And then, of course, we have a sliding privacy door from the bathroom into the bedroom. Optional king bed shown today. So we're getting that larger 70 by 80 king. And thankfully, with this being a wide body RV, you can still get around the thing. That accent light over there, you can turn it on and off if you don't like the Labatt blue light kind of thing. But I don't know. It does work for me in this farmhouse decor. Something to mention, the bedspread's kind of covering up. There is a side stand beside the bed over here. You can see that household outlet in there. It's a little bit of dark on dark, but thankfully you can see there's individually activated side accent lights, like reading lights, that each person can utilize. The glass inserts that they're doing on all these doors, I think it gives it a very nice kind of look and feel here. And then once again, we have just a ton of storage built into that slide. But what's really nice here is they didn't just give you a ton of hanging storage. They included some dresser storage space down below that as well. So you've got dresser drawers over here on the driver's side. You've got all sorts of cabinet space above the bed. Up top, you see that this is not just prepped for one of those Winegard, like LTE sort of internet jobs. It's actually built into this. So really all you have to do, you don't even have to worry about the hardware. You can just, look at subscription dollars effectively. And the way that those data things work is they're kind of a pay-as-you-go thing. And you call it's not through Haylett RV, it's not through Jayco. It's a third-party provider that will help you assist with that. If you have any questions, you can call our team. But long story short, there's a phone number you call, and they'll say, hey, you want to add some minutes to it? And you can ask them some questions. It's pretty straightforward. And obviously, they did not shy away from entertainment on this. This is a bigger TV in this bedroom than a lot of fifth wheels even have in the living room. Kind of like you're sitting right on top of the entertainment when we were in that theater seat. You're sitting right on top of it right here as well. What's also nice, you can't really notice from here because you're directly facing it, but that's the point. The TV's pivoted downward, so even at night you're enjoying a no neck wrecker entertainment. And as we melt down through that bedroom floor, you see the upper deck of the pass-through here, but you also see a layer of double-sided thermal foil. That's something Jayco's done for years, and most other brands still don't do. What they will tend to do is use a single layer of what Jayco calls hot dog paper. And don't get me wrong, that stuff's okay. It's just that this stuff is better. It has a full thermal barrier between the living area, which is your bedroom and bathroom, and the pass-through here. Plus, you might note that heat duct running through has a direct heat dump here into the pass-through. Plus, you have enclosed, heated, insulated, underbelly with all the trimmings there. You can see the easy swap tank for our fresh drinking water system right there that we talked about inside. So that's going to, again, eliminate the need to bring along so many bottles of water that eats up a lot of storage. The handy outlets outside, little Goodyear tie-in with the tire pressure checker right here. And then you can see our central vacuum dump location as well as motion sense lighting. You also notice how they don't put any sort of feltish, carpetish stuff on the horizontal decks of their pass-through. That is to help keep that nice and clean. It'll also help with that musty kind of smell if you have, stuff in here. The nicer, more step, and note that extra large handle right there. So you've got, stable come and go. You've got something easy to grab, a wider, taller entry door, and we will see all three of these awnings open in just a little bit. I was really happy with the shift to that polar white exterior on these. It lightens it up, freshens it up, added some new life to these Seismics, which looked bad to the bone before. But this looks fresh and modern. And the thing is, Seismic is a luxury toy hauler. I'm sorry, no, it's a luxury fifth wheel first. So I like that it has a luxury fifth wheel look and feel about it right from the start, right from the get-go. Sometimes it seems like there's a disconnect between the interior exterior designs of a specifically toy haulers, and I don't sense that here. The 5-star handling package on these, just like a North Point or a Pinnacle, which is basically what this is. This is effectively a Pinnacle toy hauler if you want to really boil it down oversimplified fashion. We've got that MORryde pin box. We have a matching MORryde suspension, Goodyear Endurance radials. upgraded shackling system, all kinds of good stuff. You can see how you've got that 5500 Awning generator here, capable of giving you full function of the RV no matter where you are at. And you can see that they are now using a hydraulic 6-point auto leveling on these, which really begs the question, why now? Why were they so late to adopt that? And the answer is because this is a cold camp rated fifth wheel. You know, everyone wants to know, is it hot, cold camp rated? Yes, Seismics always have been. They do everything that they need to make sure that this can successfully pass 0-degree functionality. And that's what I like about Jayco. Their weather ratings are based on proven testing, not promises. Because there's a big difference between something that's proven and something that is only promised. So, back to the 6-point hydraulic leveling. The thing is, a conventional hydraulic leveling system in this business does not work in sub-freezing conditions. There's a little warning sticker on it that says, yo, if it's freezing, don't do it, man. Well, I mean, it doesn't say exactly that, but you get the idea. So Jayco really sourced around and looked around, and they found a different type of system that uses a different type of fluid and mechanism so that it won't gel up, freeze up in sub-freezing. Doesn't that make sense? If it's going to be hot, cold, camp rated, don't you want all the features to work when it's hot and cold? Well, where the others don't, Seismic does. The fully enclosed, heated, protected docking station, that's pretty common when you get into this kind of segment. A big water heater is common in this kind of segment. So I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about that. I do want to give you a quick look at it. Now, what is nice here, everything is very clearly labeled. It's simple and easy to use. You have a side mount solar prep plug, but you'll see on the roof, this is roof solar prepped. And we've even included the option of having the factory solar package installed. More motion lighting in there. You can see our automatic leveling controls all right there. The thing is, you can also talk to that like with your phone. So if you're in your vehicle and you're trying to get backed up or unhitched from this thing, you can raise and lower the nose of this RV without having to get out, without having to have your spotter go, wait, yep, forward, up, down, nope, put your left leg behind your right ear on the second setting of the third sun. You know, it's just going to be easier here. And just so you can see it, I wanted to kind of half extend some of these leveling legs just to really kind of drive home the 6-point hydraulic leveling that they've gone to. That will get you done, set, leveled a lot faster than the old electric system, which worked great. It was just a little bit slower. It's amazing how impatient we've become as a society, isn't it? Holy cow, but that's a different story. I'm not trying to wax poetically or get political. What you can't see is all the insulation and all the work that they've done in the underbelly because they've done such a nice job of enclosing it, but notice that they've enclosed it on top of the frame rails. That's something I call the J shield. They're not necessarily the only ones to do it, and they didn't market it, but they put a J in front of everything, so I figured, why not? Now, as long as we're over here, let's take a look at the Goodyear Beast Endurance Radial tires. This is a best-in-class feature. There are some brands, like the Fusions that we have at Haylett RV, have adopted the same tires here. Jayco, they were using it before pretty much anybody else, so you can't just throw these tires on any existing RV. These are big tires, guys. It has a huge load rating. It is rated for 87 miles per hour. Please don't tow this 14,000-pound fifth wheel 87 miles an hour down the highway. Please, okay? But the fact is, God forbid you ever had to, theoretically you could. And this is another aspect of that 5-star handling system. Here's the MORryde CRE 3000 shock dampening suspension system. I like that they match up MORryde with MORryde. I've always kind of been of the understanding that things ride a little bit better that way. Now, something here too. That's a second black tank flush. That is a very commonly missed thing, both for manufacturers and customers. A lot of times when you're in a bath and a half or a 2-bath RV, the half bath or the second bath doesn't have a black flush. Jayco's have always been very good about that. You can also see you have dual 30-gallon fuel cells right here. They do not have any sort of crossover or equalizing flow balance or anything like that, for very good reason. The front tank goes to our generator. The rear tank goes to the fuel station that we're looking at. So, if you want to use 2 different fuels, one for the generator, one for your toys, you can. Or, if you're like, I don't care about fueling up I have an electric golf cart, you know, I have a kayak, I don't need a high-octane fuel, brother. Well, what you can do is just fill them both up with the same kind of fuel for your generator, and then cross pump over using that handy little gas station style handle right there. As we back up a little further, you see that always on side mount ladder, which has become a pretty common thing in the business, thankfully. I like that much better than a removable side ladder, which I suppose theoretically does have some benefits that you can stow it out of the weather, but I like that you don't have to mess with it. It's just there when you want it, gone when you don't. And of course, we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't take a look at that ramp patio party package right here. Now, pardon the brevity if I move a little quickly. The weather has not been kind today, and I was just given a gift from the RV gods with a little break in the rain today to get this thing opened up. So you can see that power awning over the rear party patio deck. You've got the steps to get you up and down easily. That handle you can swap on there if you want to give you something to grab as you go up and down. Also, something we did not look at previously. You see how you have a full retractable screen wall on the rear garage here, and that flood load lighting, it kind of doubles as lighting under the awning if you're using this as a patio party deck kind of situation. So, you know, something like this, it takes a little time to set up, but like if you're going to be out for a while, you're going to be desert camping, you're just going to be in the sticks and the mud and the blood for an extended period, man, it's worth it once you get done. It absolutely is. Now you see the interesting little silver box hanging off the side there, and pardon the little sprinkles on the camera. Like I said, the weather is not cooperating today, but we're a dedicated group here at Haylett RV, and it's not always about what's easy. Customer service is about what benefits the client, not what benefits us. This is a patented feature, the optional swing out camp kitchen kind of station here on these Seismics. It is a very cool thing exclusive to Jayco in the Seismic series. So it actually, you don't have to dismount it or anything. It just swings over and kind of hides over the ramp door when you're going down the road. But when it opens up, it gives you this handy little cooktop, and there's even a little kind of safety lever in there to make sure that cooktop doesn't slide shut while you're using it. You got the extra fridge outside, which gives this thing over 20 cubic foot of cold storage now. Plus, there's also TV hookups over here in this area. And as we back up, you start to notice that you've actually got like 3 separate patio spaces. You've got that rear power awning. Well, you got the rear wall power awning, you have the rear quarter awning above the camp kitchen, which is nice because it always keeps you protected from the weather like this. Kind of sounds like that commercial, like, this will keep you protected from mayhem, blah, blah, blah. But I love that they split this awning so that we get 100% functional awning space instead of losing a bunch of potential awning area above the slides. So back here, you see that there is a 4-plank step right there. That gives it, you know, easy up and down. It's also an aluminum anti-slip step. And then up front, of course, you see the MORryde steps that we already saw before. Before we hop up on the roof, I just want to back up one more second here so you could see it all opened up and looking awesome. And it's, you know, with this big beast with its wings wide open kind of situation here. By the way, on the nose cap, there's actually like glow light beams. There's LED accent lights, but they I don't know how to describe it. I think Dodge does something similar on the tailgates of a lot of their SUVs and stuff. They're just solid glowing beams, and it gives this thing such a cool evening patio look. Plus, you got lights under all the awnings, and wind's picking up. We got to close her up. Up top here, you see that polar white exterior is continued up on the roof, which if you are in sun country, if you are where, you know, you're Arizona's, Florida's, Texas, California, Georgia, you know, kind of Bible Belt situation, it gets hot. And this will help keep a ton of sunlight out there. Not to mention, this has all the radiant barrier and insulation stuff that you need to be able to survive that kind of climate. You got your dual big 15,000 BTU air units up here pumping 30,000 BTUs of cooling power. 30,000s, you get the idea. You may have also spotted the optional roof solar package here. This is called the Overlander Solar Package by Go Power. It is a 190 watt solar package. It's getting cold, I can barely speak, apologies. It also includes, of course, a you know, appropriate charge controller, but the idea behind this is that there is no one solar package that is going to fit everybody. But if you are going to be off the beaten path and you want effectively indefinite use of your 12-volt systems, that is what this panel will do right here. What's also cool is this package is 100% UPS-able. It's the largest you can get a solar package that you can still ship via UPS, meaning it saves you a ton of money versus crate and freight. I don't know if you've ever priced that out, but holy cow. Long story short, let's say you have an Eagle or a White Hawk from the last couple of years and you want this solar package. we can do it at Haylett RV. Give us a call and we will make that happen. And as you can see, we have a whole lot happening around here right now. I wasn't joking. We have a large scale facility enhancement program going on currently. We are growing. We are selling like crazy, and we had to start rearranging things to be able to pack more inventory in here to keep up with the demand that we are getting from you folks. So first of all, thank you for that. Secondly, please continue to give us those opportunities to earn your business when the timing is right for you, because at Haylett RV, we don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do everything else, including hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, everything in between, including climb up on a toy hauler in freezing rain. Ha! Imagine what we'll do if you actually pick up the phone. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.